Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello. And it is Wednesday. It is the 10th of February, and we are reading from the Tarot of the Divine, which is a tarot deck that is inspired by deities and folklore and mythology and things like that from kind of all over the world. And I've been enjoying them because I'm discovering some new stories that I had never heard of before from this deck, and it is lent to me by my dear friend and student Taylor, and I'm super excited that she let me borrow this deck for the whole month, and I may even have added this deck to my list of must-have tarot decks. So without further ado, let's see what mythology and what card we have for our midweek, our Wednesday. Oh, well, hello to that. We have Death. I think this is one of the few major arcanas that we have picked up in this deck so far. And that is the most, like, just death right there. There's no 13 on it. There is nothing else. It is very poignant, I think, that it is so bland in that. The mythology, I have no idea. I couldn't even begin to tell you. The gal has dark hair though, so perhaps a more Asian, possibly just culture that has darker hair. I don't know. This is not one that I am familiar with. I can't even begin to guess, but it is a young girl with dark hair. Maybe it's a South American, maybe, I don't know, Brazilian. I'm totally guessing on all of this. But she's in a gown. It looks like maybe a nightgown. She has a candle. And death is a shadow, actually, of a skeletal figure. But behind the curtain is a living person's arm. I have no idea what this myth is, but I do think that it is interesting that we have kind of an individual who is young, looks possibly a child. I don't know. She could be a child. She looks young either way. And as she pulls back the curtain, she sees what may be her future self, maybe a parent, maybe a loved one, who knows, but death is clearly looming over the situation. The death card typically is depicted, it symbolizes change, transformation. So perhaps she's watching the transformation of life into death. Perhaps she's about to see the person die. I don't know. This is a really interesting, it does look like they're in a bedroom or a bedroom type setting. So I'm not really sure. Either this individual is death and she's about to realize who they are, kind of a Beauty and the Beast-esque sort of thing. But typically, the transformation of death doesn't always have to be actual death. It could be just the giving off of the old, which in this case could be childhood, is, that which we have played with in youth. It is time to move on and grow and become an adult. And that can be shocking. It can be illuminating as well as a little bit terrifying. As we are children, there's a lot of innocence. There's a lot of, oh, life is always good. Life is always positive. Our first brush with death, whatever it may be, as children, does kind of mark us for the rest of our life on how we view transition and how we view transformation and moving on from one phase of existence to another. If our first brush with the experience of death is traumatic and terrifying and scary, we may forever kind of harbor that. If it is something that is more surrounded by love and surrounded by people who we trust and can communicate our feelings with, it could be that our emotions about death are a little less terrifying, and therefore our emotions about transitions and transformation are equally less horrific. So I kind of want to see where this fairy tale comes from, and hopefully it tells me more than the sake one, because I was really displeased with that, because I was like, come on, give me more. But if you go back and look on the video about the sake, Taylor did leave us a little bit of information on it. So, all right, here we are, death. The White Bear King Valamon. That does not sound, that sounds, okay, it is Norwegian. It is a fairy tale from Norway. And again, it does not say a lot about this. So I don't know who the White Bear King Valamon is, but if one of you out there does, please let me know. I'm super curious about it. And I'll probably do my own research too, but I'm always interested to see what the comments are. And so feel free, leave a comment, beat me to the punch on that, and tell me what this character is. So I'm going to guess, though, that this character behind the curtain is the Bear King, and this is probably a male figure's arm that's kind of behind that curtain. So I don't know who the little girl is still, young woman, I don't know, but who knows? Maybe it is a very Beauty and the Beast sort of thing in which she should never look upon the king, should never look upon her father, should never look upon her husband, something like that. So let me know. And Death is kind of an interesting card for the middle of the week as we transition from, the beginning of the week and things like that and kind of get over the hump, so to speak. Also, the new moon is coming, so maybe it has some to do with that. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!